but after a short visit and plenty of reassurances from me, he decided to take the leap. I completely understood his concern, as a black gay guy moving into a town that had a similar population as 6 city blocks, but I promised him that he'd find no trouble with the people in Blue Creek. The town prided itself in how welcoming it was, even being reflected in the town's slogan, Blue Creek, a town for everyone, by everyone. And if anyone did give Darian shit, then they'd be answering to my fist. "I'm good," I said, nodding toward the building. "Little different than the stone wall on 11th and Waverly, huh?" Our offices were located on the 2nd floor of the pet store. There were stairs on the outside of the building that led up to an entrance, but I enjoyed walking through the pet store, where another set of stairs could be found. I'd already made friends with the spicy manager Shelley and her even spicier cockatoo Houston. "Just a little bit," Darian said with a laugh. "I'm loving it, though. Honestly, more than I thought I would. I've already hiked about 10 different trails." "We've only been here 2 days. Yeah, I might have a problem." He laughed again and started toward the sliding glass doors. Darian looked like he had just come from a hike, too, with scuffed hiking boots crunching over gravel. His long-sleeved green shirt was rolled up and his jeans were tucked into his boots. I couldn't remember ever seeing Darian dressed like this, considering the only trails in NYC were the ones shared by pizza rats in Central Park, but he pulled it off like he'd been born hiking. "A couple of days with fresh New England air and all of a sudden you're a granola-crunching trail guide," I said, smiling. "I wouldn't go that far. Give me a week, and then we'll talk." We entered the brightly lit and neatly arranged pet store, walking past the colorful display of leashes and through the aisle of organic dog food. We walked under the oversized sign with a boozy-looking parrot pointing toward the freezer wall lined with local craft beers and wines. Up the stairs we went, entering into our barely furnished new office space. Darian already set up the front office, where his desk and chair sat, surrounded by stacks of boxes we had to unpack. There was a skylight above his desk that bathed the room in soft white light, leaving little need for any actual lights. I dumped my box off in my office. It was much larger than the one I had in New York, with a window that had a stellar view of the mountain range, something else that I never would have gotten in my old office. I slid the window open and let the fresh breeze drift in. As I was admiring the view, movement in the corner of my eye caught my attention. I darted my gaze downward, toward a person I could have sworn felt familiar. But that would be impossible. I came back to Blue Creek because I had heard Charlie left. Granted, I could have done a more thorough job making sure that fact was actually a fact, but no, it wasn't him. He always talked about leaving, about going to open up an animal sanctuary somewhere, or work with a zoo, or a conservation program. All of those things requiring him to leave this town, same way I had, when he had pushed me out. I left my office, deciding to stop thinking about him and focus on the move. I thought I had been okay with my past and the way shit unraveled between me and the boy who shattered my heart. I figured I'd suffered the worst pain I could ever imagine after losing Dean, so what did it matter if I had to experience a little discomfort in moving back to the place I had my heart broken? As long as Charlie wasn't around, then I'd be fine. I walked down the stairs, feeling good about today and this move, and the direction my life was headed in. This felt like the exact place I needed to be. No questions and zero doubt. Maybe I'd take the afternoon to walk around and really soak it all in. I wondered if people would remember me, or if I'd changed enough in the past 7 years that I wouldn't earn a second glance. I wonder if Charlie would even recognize me. I'd changed from the lanky kid I'd been at 21 when I left town. Getting my heart smashed into 1,000 pieces ended up being a great motivator to getting my ass in the gym and eating right. I turned down an aisle of cat supplies, lost in my own thoughts. Houston called a hello from somewhere near the front of the store as someone walked in, the bell jingling and Shelley also greeting them. I was so deep in my head I didn't realize the voice that answered them was an extremely familiar one. Only when I turned a corner and saw him did it hit me. And when I say hit me, I mean ran directly into me, as in the friendly and familiar voice carried directly into